Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done anything recording wise. Been busy. If you haven't been to the channel at all, thanks for coming. My garage is a complete disaster right now. Complete, utter disaster. So we got patches here. I haven't done a whole lot since the last time. Front end's halfway bolted together now. I can't remember if that was that way last time or not. I do have some new parts for it. Haven't really done much with it. We got a blinker, turn signal, start switches over there in the dash. Nothing's hooked up. Got the wiring harness laying there for it so I can start wiring. Nothing really has changed in here. So we're getting there, but very slowly. Very, very slowly. So the rusted out shackle hanger back here, got a new one of them. Haven't done anything with that yet. And looking at it, it looks like it's been replaced once before because it's been bolted in already. So that should be an easy swap. Not too worried about that. But haven't really done much of anything with patches. Just been sitting here basically collecting dust. I got all kinds of other parts in here. Just actually fixed the snowblower. All kinds of electrical parts. Patched together stuff. The headlight switch. Brake line down there on the bottom. That's going to be going on the 51 when we get over to there to start doing that. Probably going to start doing that next week. I'll record that. Give a little rundown of the 51 so you guys can see that a little better than the last one. We got the ThunderChicken back in here, and the reason I pulled that back in was to put a different 460 in it. So we ended up not getting rid of it, not selling it. I was going to give it to my oldest boy, but he's made some bad choices, so it stays with me. We got the vet project in here. I was gonna stick an engine in that, but we'll get to that here soon, and I'll explain that one. So the ThunderChicken, got a different 460 that I had sitting in the corner. Put that in there. We got oil pressure. Everything's hooked up. Transmission's hooked up. I got a little spacer I got to make on the radiator. So I took the radiator and I pushed it back further. This is actually the Thunderbird radiator that was in here too. I had a Mustang radiator in here and it sat up here further. Didn't have room for the electrical fan in front of the radiator, or excuse me, on the back side of the radiator. I had to push it in front, and that didn't help with the overheating on this engine. It would get to 190 and it wouldn't really cool down. So I'm gonna try this. This fan moves quite a bit of air. It's the original fan off the Thunderbird too. Made some quick little mounts for it. Nothing fancy. Operator hose is hooked up. Fuel line's all hooked up. Have fuel up to the top. I was having issues with the Mastercraft or Motorcraft carburetor that I had on there. So I was hoping to get this Edelbrock to work on here, but my fuel line is not long enough to go from a fuel pump to the carburetor. I borrowed this from one of my buddies. Actually, the guy that has the 51. I borrowed that carburetor from him. It came on his 81 Camaro, which I'll hopefully show you here soon too. One that I built for him. This car is going to get me drag racing this year. Might just be testing tunes. I might actually start bracket racing, depending on what happens. But the reason I put this one back together is because I had everything to do it. Swapped out the rear gears. Now it's got 373s in it. I need to get rear calipers because they were dragging. And they're stuck. The brackets are stuck. The calipers won't turn in. They're completely shot. So the dash, as you may remember, is not very pretty. If I took out all the factory wiring, I could lighten this thing up probably by 50 pounds. But I haven't put anything back together in here because I plan on grabbing the factory dash and putting it back in. Shifter's back in. Everything is back in its place. The only thing that I haven't put back on here is the exhaust. So that's going to happen soon. Get that put on, get the hood back in place. Hopefully we have clearance with the hood with moving the radiator as far forward as I did. Otherwise I might have to trim the hood. It is what it is. Not too worried about it. But it's in there. It does run. I did pouring gas down it. I did get it to run. It sounds pretty good. Has good oil pressure. It just would not run right because of the poor carburetor. So I need to get A in line, and I'll probably end up just grabbing a Holly 600 or something off of Craigslist and making that work. So the vet got the 4.6 laying in there. Well, that's exactly what it's doing. It's just laying in there. It's out of the way right now because I had it in the ThunderChicken until I put the 460 back in. So sorry for the mess. It is a disaster in here. I got to clean up bad. If you can see that, I took and cut the firewall out quite a ways, trying to make room. I was going to make room for the 460, try and get that in here, take this drag racing, and it just would not fit. The clearances on it, I would have had to move the oil pan back past the cross member or stick the thing clear up out of the hood. There just was not room. I have a small block Ford. I was looking at sticking that in there. Same issue. There's just no clearance. The carburetor would be underneath the cowl. So I was hoping maybe this 4.6 would fit in here. I could probably make it fit. It would take a little bit more cutting to make it work. Exhaust manifolds are just too wide. They're hitting the frame rails. The unibody frame rails. So all in all, there's one engine that I know fits in here. I don't really want to do it, but it's an LS. So most likely I'm just going to get an LS for this and put it in there. Talking with the wife, she decided that this will be her drag car and this will be my drag car. So we got his and hers going on here now. So got the ThunderChicken going. My wife's going to have the Chevette. I don't think I've taken a video of this since I've done this, but completely stripped it down. I just put the stuff back in here for storage. So the dash is completely out. The seats are sitting in here. Steering column's out. Stripped down the back end as well. Still has a lovely smell of mouse piss in it. Found plenty of mouse nests in here. It was a disaster. Cleaned pretty much everything out. Got the fuel cell sitting in here. That's going to go in here. Rear tires, they're sitting there, still attached to the axles. So the pumpkin, the little tiny pumpkin that's on here, I believe it's a 6.5. My sister had shattered the spider gears in it, and you can find these rear ends, but they're very uncommon these days. So with an LS, it would end up getting blown out anyway. So I'm either going to stick a 9-inch in it or stick an 8.8 in it. Not quite sure yet. I have a 9-inch housing here. I just got to shorten it, narrow it up. And that could potentially take a while. I don't have the proper tools to do it with. I should get them, that way I can do more narrowing and not have any issues. But time will tell. So, like I said, this place is just an utter disaster right now. Hopefully get this cleaned up here soon. I want to get it cleaned up within the next week or so and get moving on this stuff, because summer's coming. It's beginning of February already. 6 days in already of February, and time's just flying. I got the brake lines on the 51 I got to get done. The 81 having issues with that we'll talk about when we get to that one. So for the most part, everything's working good. It's just having time with work and whatnot. I haven't been able to get out here and do everything that I want to. So we're getting there. One of my biggest things right now is to get the ThunderChicken back out, park it outside, cover it up, get the vet back on the car trailer, get it out of the way, get the patches back on the track, get the running boards on both sides, get all the welding done that I can get done, that I need to get done, get the box in place, finish all that up as far as the welding's concerned, because most of my welding equipment is over there. You see I got the cart here with the feeder on it. I can reach around. I can reach quite a ways with that, but my ground cable isn't extremely long as far as my wire feeder can go. So this is my main welding area, my main welding stall. So I need to get this put together to a point where I'm pretty much done welding on it. Then I'll move it over where the Chevette is and get the Chevette moved back over here so that I can start welding on the Chevette. The Chevette's not going to go racing this year. There's just no possible way. In between time, finances, all that fun stuff. Make good money, but 5 kids. So we'll get this done with the frame swap, get it on the ground, get it moved over, and go from there. So if you like what we're doing here, leave a message, comment, subscribe, like it, something. Let me know what's going on. We're gonna keep moving one way or another. I'm gonna try and get back on making videos. I haven't been doing it too much, and I do apologize for that, but you know, sometimes you just don't have the time to sit down and make a video. I have a TV out here now, so I like watching the TV, like having the radio going, but you can only do so much. So my motor stack got a little bit lighter now, pulling that other 460 out. Still plenty of parts. I need to start really getting rid of some of this stuff. So, like I said, if you like what we're doing, like it, subscribe, let me know, comment. Gonna keep trying one way or another, doing what I can do. Might not get a video as often as I want, or often as you want, but I'm gonna do it. So, catch you later.